All right. I don't know if you guys can hear me. Let me know in the chat if you can hear me because I am live here and I just want to make sure. I want to look in the comments. Let me know if you can actually hear me because I just came over from the webinar on 24 and we talked about how to stand out in a sea of sameness on LinkedIn, but then we're going live over here. So let me know if you can hear me. Can everybody hear me okay? I just need a comment. Let me know in the comments that you can hear me okay. Yes, you can hear me. Hi, Sarah. Hi, thank you so much. LinkedIn user. Oh, it's not telling me who you are. Okay, Brenda, thank you so much. All right. Well, you know what? If we haven't, hang on just a second here. I'm going to bring up a banner that shows, yep, here we go. If you came over from the LMA webinar, please type I came over in the comments, and then this will give me an idea. Oh my gosh, and I can see a lot of my friends from the webinar are in the green room. So I am going to, hang on, I am going to bring you guys in. Just give me a second while I start clicking on you. And there's Erin Hawk. Hi, Erin.
Hi, Nancy.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. It's so good to see you.
It's good to see you too. Thanks for doing this. I
You are.
always love hearing your insights, and I have a whole bunch of notes. So
thank you. Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm always glad to hear that. So you can hear me and see me okay? So my microphone didn't implode when I came over from on 24.
No, you sound great. This is the first time I've done this, so hopefully you can see and hear me as well. So.
Yeah, you sound great. We have a couple other friends. So
okay.
Yeah, so you're not going away. So you're not gonna, yeah, you're just gonna be right there. Marcia, hi, how are you?
So close up.
You're great. It's good to see you.
Right. Nice to see you too.
I'm going to show, hang on just a second, because there are a couple different ways we can actually change the stream. And I just want to show you, show everybody that we can show everybody when we have three, you're side by side, or we can do that, which is that's a nice layout. So you can, StreamYard makes it extremely easy to, and let me look in the comments. Oh my gosh, there are 21 comments. Hang on. We got to show you. And Sarah says, yes, you can hear me. Okay. Thanks, Sarah. And Barbara, thank you so much. And another LinkedIn user. I don't know why they're not showing me who you are, but thank you so much. And Brenda, Jenny, thank you. Deb's here again. Deb is so nice. Deb comes over on my live streams and makes comments a lot. So thank you so much. Another LinkedIn user. So you guys are seeing that you can bring up all the comments that people make, and which is kind of nice. Marissa, thank you. Yes, you can hear me okay. Barbara, thank you. She follows such good instructions. You came over. And LinkedIn user, you came over. Again, I don't know why it's not showing me. Beth, you came over. Thank you so much. Carrie, love it. You came over. Jenny, thank you. Gosh, I love this. Barry, master photographer. Everybody should be using Giddings for their photography needs, right, you guys? I mean,
yes,
we not love Giddings because they're so good to us and they do good work. And I, again, LinkedIn's hiding you from me, but thanks for being here. And Molly, thank you so much. I'm glad that you're here as well. And another LinkedIn user. This is a mystery to me, why they're not showing your identity. That's just kind of an interesting. Sarah, thank you. You came over.
Nancy?
Yes.
Is StreamYard part of LinkedIn, or is it a separate app that you are using?
It's a separate app, and I'm going to give you, I'm going to get a link here for you all. I need to stop saying you guys. That's a really bad old term to use.
I use it.
Do you use it? And it's, yeah, I use it as a unisex term, but it's not I just need to stop. Okay, here is, if anybody is curious, here is I'm going to post a comment. Here's my link to StreamYard if you want to use it. That's very interesting. That just went to, did you all get the link? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I see it posted. Yeah, it posted in a couple different places. Great.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so it's posting because we're live on Facebook on my company page. We're live in my Facebook group. You all, if you're not in my group, then I wish you would be. And we're live on LinkedIn. We're live on Periscope/Twitter, and we're live on YouTube at the same time.
Wow.
So that's what's nice about StreamYard is that you don't have to, but you can push content. I have a feeling we lost a lot of people because I was live I went ahead and just started it so it would be easy to find. And again, we were live for 11 minutes before I actually came in. And people are probably going, well, this is really very boring, Nancy. So I'm out of here. I might have if I was them. So, so don't be nervous if you think that other people are watching you. So I got you, Barry. Yes, Barry. Hi. Oh, and everybody's talking to each other. You're all very, very friendly. That's so nice. I appreciate it. Vanessa, I love it when people talk in the comments. I think I'm starting to show things twice, aren't I? I just want to make sure. Matt, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Very nice. Friendly, Barry. Friendly, always friendly. That was probably Helena then if she was saying back to him. Hillary, yeah. All right. I think I have, and Jason, you're here. And I need to pull some more of you out of the green room and into the stream. And Sabrina, hi. How are you? I can't hear you.
Oh, muted.
And I have you unmuted, so I can't hear you. I'm sorry. Well,
One thing it doesn't do is you don't see the names of who's on the screen right now.
You know what? Hang on. Oh, that's very interesting. Let's see if we can do something about that.
Yeah, like Zoom. I'm getting used to Zoom now. So.
The video quality is really good, though. You know, I think, and I'm not having any delay or anything on streaming on any of the screens, so that's good.
Good. Can you see? Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
That's my fault. I had. Oh, Sabrina, I still can't hear you. I'm sorry. I was just excited because I saw your name. That your name came up. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have been so excited. And in fact, we can actually, it makes it a little more, it doesn't take up as much of your picture, your beautiful faces. And then we have Anne Mary. Oh, Sabrina. Coming in. Hi. Anne Mary. Hi.
Hello.
Oh, I can hear you. This is
all the way from Kentucky.
Oh, you're very close to me. You're only a couple of hours, which is great. Yeah. And last but not least, Jason. Thank you so much. Thanks for everything over on the webinar. I really appreciate it. Putting up with putting all of this together. I really appreciate it.
There was no putting up. This is great. This is so cool.
It's very cool.
Yeah, it's a really, really great feature. And obviously, like I said at the beginning, it was my mistake that your names weren't up there. It's just something you can toggle on or off. And what's also nice, since really this is kind of a demo, but let me see what's going on in the comments over here. I don't want to ignore anybody. Again, I think I'm going to start repeating. Elise, thank you so much. Yes. Ashley, hi. And thank you so much for everything you did to put the webinar together. Ashley, I really appreciate it. You all worked hard. I like to join. Yes, as you did. As you did, Jason. I'm very meta. I'm seeing you twice. And Lexi, if you want to come into the green room, then we'd love to have you. But thank you all so much for being here. And Lexi, thanks for everything you did to put the webinar together as well. But really, there are so many nice features. You can also screen share. And that's nice because if you have a presentation you want to show or anything else, really, anything, even if you had a PDF of a presentation or something else that you just wanted to show, you can screen share or do a demo of something. So that's kind of nice. Sabrina, did we ever get audio for you? Can you refresh once? Try to refresh your browser. Sometimes that helps. Bye.
Nancy, have you seen firms using this instead of like a live webinar or other tool where they would, send out a link and have people join LinkedIn instead of A webinar?
Not
No.
yet. Not yet. I'd love to see it. I mean, it's the interesting thing is it'd be much more limited than say Zoom would be. We can't get that
Yeah.
many people in here. We've been asking our friends at StreamYard to consider adding more, the ability to add maybe up to a dozen people. But I think they're also one of their big mantras is ease of use, and they want to make sure that what they're creating in this tool is really it's simple to look at, simple to use, that it works, that it doesn't go on the fritz because we're taxing it too much, because live streaming takes a lot of bandwidth. So I have not seen that. I would love to see. I would love to help a firm do that, because even if somebody, I mean, let's say you had 2 guests or 1 guest, or I mean, you name it, and you could just rotate people in and out if you were interviewing different people, and people could just be waiting. Oh, I have to add Sabrina again. So let's see if you're Sabrina. Do we have your audio? Oh, no.
Oh, shoot.
How come when you're on StreamYard, if you go up to the lock in your browser, click on the lock and make sure the little lock that your microphone has been allowed by StreamYard, that you've allowed it. But no, I mean, Aaron, I think this would be great, because not only are you relationship building with those people you would have come in, but you're delivering content to the masses. And I think it would be an outstanding tool to use for just that purpose. And then it sits there on either the lawyer's, it sits there on the lawyer's profile then, or you can actually, I haven't been given permission on my company page, which is okay, because I have a lot more activity on my personal profile, because that's my brand as well. So I'm okay with that. But you can also apply to actually have LinkedIn Live on your firm page as well. So I think it would be, I would love to see a firm, if not many, give this a whirl.
Is there a time limitation for the video, or?
No, nothing that would hurt you.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it, and anything that you might need, I think it's just fine. I've known people to go for a long time.
Okay.
And Nancy, are the awesome features you're demonstrating native to LinkedIn, or are they in StreamYard's interface? They are in StreamYard's interface. Good question, Matt. Yeah, StreamYard is, we've had other tools that have allowed us to go live. Like on Facebook, for example, you could just go live and you don't need a third-party tool. But some people wanted it because they wanted some of these bells and whistles. And so they would use OBS, which is free software. I'm not saying do that, because it's the learning curve on OBS is, I think when we have StreamYard, it's not necessary. And there are some others, Ecamm Live, which is Mac only. Be Live is another one, but I haven't seen one that I like as much as I do StreamYard. It's not that expensive. And you can actually, there's a free version that you can use. It's just that when you do, you get their watermark on it. You can't add all the customization. So I think if your firms are going to do it, then, or any of your lawyers are going to do it, I definitely would check into the paid package.
Okay.
So you displayed Matt's comment and you had like the banner come up. Are those features in StreamYard, or?
Yes, they are. Yeah, StreamYard, just so I'll sort of, let's, Marissa, thank you. Oh, great. Thank you so much. I might have lost you by the time from when you sent this, but thank you for being here. I appreciate it so much. And then I love it. And Dwayne, hi. Gosh, my Dwayne and I have been hanging around on LinkedIn for a while together. Dwayne is obviously from the UK. And Dwayne, if you want to come in too, I should actually post this link, but I think I already, hang on. Because Dwayne is incredibly interesting. Seriously, he is brilliant, and
I can't wait to hear his accent.
Yeah, I love listening to him. He does a lot of video on LinkedIn. Well, for heaven's sake, invite. It's on the other side. I have this second microphone sitting in front of my other microphone, because I thought I was going to have to do this on my laptop. So I actually have a microphone hooked up to my laptop, and so what's that?
I can only imagine your setup, Nancy.
It's a beautiful thing. Yeah. Dwayne, if you want, I'm gonna post the link, which means everybody's gonna be able to see it, but hang on. Yeah, I could
Promise we
send
won't
it
do
to you, but it's not like there are thousands of people watching. So, Dwayne, if you want to join it, oh, it just went to everybody on all those platforms again. That's all right. It doesn't matter. We have room for more. So Dwayne, if you wanna join us, please feel free. And glad to have you. But yeah, Dwayne, just so you know, I did a webinar over on 24 webinar platform for the Legal Marketing Association. And we talked about how to stand out in a sea of sameness on LinkedIn. You so graciously shared my invitation the other day and made very nice comments, which were all untrue about me. And shared it with people, which I really appreciate. And then we came over here for the live streaming part of it. And so Dwayne was very kind, again, posts wonderful videos in my LinkedIn group. I have a social media for lawyers LinkedIn group as well that you're all welcome to join. So Dwayne, if you want, then you can actually come and join us, or anybody else that sees that link, come and join us. But Jason, back to your question. The features that StreamYard gives us, again, you can't do, as I mentioned, you can't do anything on LinkedIn Live unless you use one of these platforms. At least that's the way it is today. And what StreamYard lets us do is, again, have up to 5 people, up to 6 people, 5 others on camera at the same time. And you can actually, I could take me, add to stream. Is my audio back on? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So even if you had somebody, like you were inviting someone to do a presentation, and your attorney, or you, even if you were managing it, wanted to get off of the stream, you just click on remove or add on anybody's tiles. I'm seeing all of your tiles across the bottom that were in essence the green room, and you're kind of hazy. They're kind of, hazy, and that tells me that you're in the green room. And then when I hover over you, it lets me add to stream, so I can add anybody to the stream when they're down in that green room. And it's also nice because if for some reason somebody got on there and their tech wasn't working, or their signal was really bad, or you were getting some funny feedback, then you could also remove them from the feed as well. And so that's kind of nice. And then let's see, StreamYard also lets you incorporate up to 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, currently 5. They've said, if you want to do 6, let us know the reason for it, and we'll consider adding it, giving you the ability. But you can add up to 5 locations so that you can live stream to those 5 locations at once. Again, you don't have to, but you can. And the nice thing about, if you have a group, say on Facebook, is that Facebook and obviously StreamYard, there's privacy within those groups. So when when we go live in my Facebook group, for example, when I go live, I don't know who we is. When I go live in my Facebook group, then there'll be a notice at the top in the comments that says, if you would like for StreamYard to see your identity, just click here to give permission. And it'll open a new tab, and you just have to click on it to say yes. So that when I showed those comments, then I would actually see somebody's identity. If, for example, they didn't click it, it would just show, how you saw those LinkedIn users without an identity, it would show that for that Facebook group only. So that's just with groups. So here is a really good question. Nancy, is it possible to do a live podcast interview? You could have interrupted me and asked me. And then strip out the video to, yes, good question. That is a wonderful feature of StreamYard. When after the broadcast is over, then when I go into past broadcasts, one of the opportunities that I have is to download the audio only. So if you have people on really good mics, and I would say if you're going to do this, I'm a real stickler for audio, and I know I can be kind of a pain in the neck about it, but I think quality counts, particularly when that's part of your brand. So if whoever's podcasting, if you're on a good mic, then you can just download the audio only and upload that. You might, depending on what it is, you might want to edit some of it out. If there was a long beginning to it, or there was there were a lot of friendly introductions, or whatever it might be, you might want to just, import it into some some editing software and get rid of a little bit of it, or outsource that and have somebody else do it. But yeah, absolutely. You can, or if you know what, you start a series and you just know that these are conversations and the audio is what it is and you're going to upload it as a podcast, then you don't have to worry about necessarily editing to the hilt. So yeah, thank you for mentioning that, because I would have actually forgotten about that, because it's not visible yet until I finish the live stream. And again, Jason, and then the comments, there's a little tab where I can then see aggregated comments from all of the social networks that I'm going live on. And then I can click on any one of those to show them. And then when I click on it again, it takes them away. The other thing I can do is there's a section then called banners. And when at the start, I had this one out so that, again, it matches what we were doing on the webinar. And you can create these in advance and say if there are points that you know are going to be made in your live stream, then what you'd want to do is you would want to use them kind of as an outline or talking points to go by. And things like this. I have, I obviously have one always that's my name, and that one. So again, these are called banners. And then what I had done is, but since you all came over to see me, and be with me here, I was, if I was by myself, I was just going to do a recap over here, but you all graciously came over to join me. So I had these ready just to do a recap of the webinar. And I was going to, I would just run through these. These are just the main talking points. So you would want to do this if you're going to, you don't have to, but it's just a nice added feature. If you want it to be a little bit more obvious, and if you guys saw at the beginning, you can make it bigger and you can make it whatever brand color you want. So that makes it a little bigger. This makes it a little smaller. When there's so many of us, I want to leave it small. And then you can show, you can do anything. It's literally anything you can type in to those. Again, that's my StreamYard link if anybody wants to use it. So those, and let me take that out so it makes more room so I can see you guys better.
So Nancy, I know when we were on the webinar, you had kind of a static image on this kind of as a placeholder. That was the same thing, right? So
that was, you can add any, yes, it was the same as, I'll show you what that is. When, for example, if you see these, that's just an overlay. It's called an overlay done in, it's done in a PNG format on Canva so that it's, the rest of it obviously is blank. And do it, you always want to do it in a couple different formats, because depending on how many people you have, you don't want to cover people. Or if you're using those banners, you don't want to cover people. So I would just encourage you to use some different ones. This is the one. I just added this as an overlay. That I just did this morning before we started. Once I was in the same clothing that I knew I would be on the webinar. I know I care about the little details a little too much, don't I? Then I just went over to Canva and did that. And so that's just uploaded as an overlay. You can upload as many of those as you want. So literally you could, if you had PowerPoint slides and you didn't want to worry about engaging a slide deck, you could download all of those as JPEGs and then upload those to this overlay section and then just show those one after another after another. And again, the only thing about that is it would take up the whole screen. So that's the only, when you are screen sharing, it's kind of nice. I would encourage you to keep your lawyers, let their face be present, because it's not, especially when it's live streaming, it's a more personal approach. So I would encourage you to actually maybe do it via live stream instead. PowerPoint presentations are funny because, not so funny, because what happens is that when you just do a straight screen share to PowerPoint, then all of those thumbnails across the left-hand side show. I don't like that. And so I was trying to figure out the other day that if I was able to go live simultaneously, I was going to do the PowerPoint in both locations. And I was trying to figure out how to do it so that those thumbnails wouldn't show, and the the StreamYard community on Facebook, there's a group, is really helpful. So I said, all right, everybody, how would you do this if you were me, if you wanted to show a PowerPoint but not have those thumbnails showing? And the majority of the suggestions came back as upload it to Google Docs, Google Sheets, actually, not Sheets, Google Slides. Sorry, it's a slide deck. Go to upload it to Google Slides, and then there's a better way to do it there so that you're not showing that. So that would be a little bit of manipulation. But then what you could do is you could still screen share and stay on camera at the same time. So many choices, really. There's also, and this isn't, I don't know if this is going to show. You can do backgrounds. I think that really looks terrible against these tiles. So even though I uploaded it a long time ago, I don't use it very much. And most of the time, it's just been me live streaming. So this wouldn't show anyhow if it was just me. There's also a black one. That's the standard one that StreamYard gives us. I also just did a white one so that it just shows white in the background. And that's actually I actually created a white one on Canva just so that I could, it would be white in the background instead of the default like that. Just a little cleaner looking. So really, yes.
What happens when I share it on LinkedIn? Now, will my network see it and then be able to comment and join this live discussion?
Yeah, you are all more than welcome to do that, of course. And if anybody has joined us, just so you know what we're all doing here. Are you leaving? Oh, you're leaving. Sabrina,
Yes,
are you leaving? I saw some hands were waving. Oh, okay, bye, everybody. I had somebody left a note that I didn't see. We're all going now. You're all by yourself. And yes, yeah, that's what it does. It just shares it in your news feed so that if anybody wants to, they can join us. And then there is also, as I said, you have to click away from these sections that I've just shown you that have the banners and overlays to really look at comments. So you have to, right now as it stands, it's just tucked away up in the corner. So you really have to, I have this note. I don't even know where I put it, which is great that I made myself a note. And it was a reminder to look at the comments because it is tucked away so tiny up there that I don't like to miss comments. So that's Lexi. Your network will actually see the live stream when you share it as a post. Yeah, thanks, Lex. So yes, thank you very much for confirming.
Just for clarification, so the share screen button that I see at the bottom, if I click that, I'm not sharing my screen with you guys. I'm sharing it like
with on the live screen. Oh, what do you share screen? Is that what you're asking about?
Yeah,
that is to screen share.
Okay, within here.
Yes.
Okay, never mind. Thanks.
And then we would see your screen, and we would show that to everybody on Facebook, Periscope, Twitter, and LinkedIn. I've had to be very careful which Chrome tab I have open when I do this because I have very ugly Chrome tabs that have 100 or more tabs open in them, and I don't want to see. So, but what's nice is you can, and I will. The choices are when I go to screen share. Hopefully, this won't take me away. It gives me, I just wanted to see what you can share your entire screen, which again, that's probably not something you want to do, or an application window, which is nice, or just a Chrome tab. So I think it's rare that I would choose your entire screen, but I would definitely think about application window or Chrome tab. So those are the choices that I'm seeing. And you can also choose when you open a tab, whether or not you want the audio from that tab to actually too. It's not as loud as we would like it to be. So I would never rely on that to say, okay, it's a critical piece of information in your tab that has audio. I would be cautious about counting on that to do that. I imagine we'll see that improve in the future. But don't count on it for an important piece of audio.
Nancy, I have to jump off too.
All right, Erin. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you. Thanks again.
Good to see you. You look great.
Thank you.
Bye.
In a way, can you use this as a replacement for Zoom webinar? I suppose not even necessarily. Like of course, if you go live, because you have the screen share too, but I'm wondering if you can even do it without going live on like LinkedIn and all the platforms, but just have the link and you can share that to people.
If you shared the link to, like if you went live on, you have to go live somewhere.
Okay.
To actually but you know what else? A couple things. Well, couple things. You wouldn't, bye Marcia. A couple things that you wouldn't actually, if you didn't do it on Zoom, you wouldn't have people register. So that's something you would lose. But one thing you could do, you can go live privately on YouTube and then give a link just to that, because you can schedule on YouTube. So that would be one option that you could do. And then give everybody who registers that link to that private event on YouTube. So technically you could do that and still gather names and know who signed up to do it or not. One of the nice things that you can do, and I've done this a couple times, is you can also just record just for you, so that if you want to, or your lawyers wanted to record and use all of these features, use the lower thirds, the banners, the overlays. And again, they don't have to switch between things. That's a lot when somebody's first learning how to use it. So if one of your lawyers wanted to go live and just record just the video only for use in any other way, then you could put it on your website. But you could have them titled across the bottom. You could put the firm's logo up on it like I did as an overlay. And so you could just record it, don't go live anywhere, and then download that recording and then upload it wherever you might want to use it. So that's one. Hi, Nancy. Gosh, how did I not see you in here? Good to see you, Nancy. I hope I caught you before you left. Good to see you, Nancy. Always. So that's kind of nice, because then it's just another video capture tool in your arsenal. And it really does a nice job. It doesn't do it. It doesn't do it in 1080 yet. They're just, so it's in 720, but it's really, for internet purposes right now, it's really very good. I think they will increase that the more people ask, for that quality. But every time someone in the group asks for it, other people say, okay, what are you going to use that for? And is it really going to be noticeable? So for now, this is what we have.
How do they make money? Is there like an upgraded version, or?
There is, and that's what you're in now. In the upgraded version, you can, I'm going to look here real quick. You can actually add your own branding. Where are we? A minute. I can't. I'm logged in, so I can't. It's hard for me to. I've got another tab open, as you might guess, with StreamYard, and they're like, for example, when you do the free one, their branding, the duck is what shows up, or I eliminated their first one. They had a comment that's you can see their logo up in the left-hand corner. So that, for example, is what would show up, unless you can take it out, but you can't. On the free version, I think you have to show theirs. So it's not, I think it's not $20 a month. I mean, it's not a very expensive. Okay, where's that comment of theirs? I need to where did I just find it? All right, where'd you go? Oh, that's so funny. It's not anywhere.
Yeah, it seems like for the features that this offers, this is great.
It's a really good deal, and that's just bizarre that I can't get rid of that now. Sure. It's in comments, live viewer comments. That's why it wasn't in that same section. Yeah, for the price, it is an incredible deal. I mean, I am so happy. The two Dan and Gage are the two guys that live in Canada, the developers who have built this, and they've done such a nice job. And it's interesting because I'm starting to see it used. You can kind of tell, sometimes when you see the way the names are, the overlays, you can kind of tell it's StreamYard and not one of the others. And we're starting to see it be used on, a lot of big names that have been live streaming during quarantine, since they can't do anything else. You can tell they're on StreamYard. So it's becoming a well-trusted tool. So I have no problems recommending it to anybody to use. And, again, you can just do a record only and test it, or even go to a private Facebook group that you set up, or anything that you might want, just to test it and make sure that you're really happy with it and not be live. So yeah, I would definitely recommend it.
Cool.
Nancy, I have to go, but thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thanks for coming on with us. I appreciate it.
Of course. Go Sycamores.
Yes.
My dad is also an alum. So.
Oh, wonderful. Excellent. All right. Well, thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
All right. Take care.
I'm going to jet too, Nancy.
All
Thanks
right.
so much for the presentation. Thanks for doing the LMA presentation and for this extra bit and demonstrating the platform for us.
You are more than welcome. Thanks for letting me. It's, fun for me. I love this stuff. So thank you for giving me the opportunity, and for all of you working so hard to make it happen. I appreciate it.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. This was great. And we look forward to having you again.
Thanks, Jason. Appreciate it. I know I'll see you around.
Yeah, definitely. Bye,
All right.
everyone.
All right. Take care, Jason. All right. Thank you all so much. I really appreciate it. Those of you who came over, those of you who are watching on the replay. And I want to make a note in the comments that if anybody comes to watch the replay, they can ignore about the first 15 minutes of it, when I just had the graphic up inviting people to hang in there and wait for me. So thank you so much. And I really appreciate all of you being here and hanging in there. And I'll see you next time. All right. Thanks. I'm Nancy Merland with, as you can see, Merland Marketing and Social Media. Take care.